Have you ever met someone and thought, why is this person testing every ounce of my patience? Only to realize later that they cracked your heart open in ways no one else ever could? What if I told you the hardest people in your life, the deepest heartbreaks, even the weirdest plot twists, were actually part of a soul-level plan you helped design before you were even born? Sounds crazy, right? But in this video, you'll discover what a soul contract actually is and how it secretly shapes your life. Why your most painful relationships might be your soul's greatest teachers, and how to recognize, honor, and even rewrite the contracts that no longer serve your highest path. This isn't just woo-woo theory, it's spiritual truth with receipts. So if life's been feeling a little too intense to be random, stay with me. We're diving deep into the mystical, the unforgettable, and the wait, did I seriously agree to this? World of soul contracts. Grab your drink, your cosmic blanket, and your courage, because what you're about to remember might just change how you see your entire life. Imagine this. Before you were born, you weren't just floating in space, doing nothing. Oh no, sweetheart. You were in a celestial boardroom with your soul crew, spirit guides, angels, and some old familiar souls you've reincarnated with before. Together, you looked at Earth like it was an escape room. You picked your challenges, your parents, your heartbreaks, even that one coworker who chews too loud on Zoom. Yes, even that one. Let's give her abandonment issues and make her allergic to gluten, said no one casually ever. Except, apparently, your higher self. This, my friend, is what Dolores Cannon, hypnotherapist, spiritual OG, and queen of past life regression, calls a soul contract. It's the spiritual blueprint of your life, written with love, wisdom, and just a tiny sprinkle of chaos. Why the hard stuff? Why not just pick beaches and puppies? I know what you're thinking. If I designed this life, why did I order the emotional turmoil platter instead of the chill vibes sampler? Because growth, darling. You came here to evolve, not to Netflix and disassociate forever. Think of life like a gym. No one walks into a gym and says, just give me the comfy beanbag corner and a smoothie. You came to sweat, to lift the heavy stuff, and some of the heaviest stuff in life comes disguised as difficult relationships. And this is where soul contracts get juicy. Your enemies are actually your allies. Think of that one person who drives you absolutely bonkers. You know the one. They ghosted you, triggered you, gave you a PhD in emotional damage. Now imagine them in a different light, wearing angel wings and sipping tea with your soul in a peaceful realm before this life. They turn to you and say, hey bestie, I'll break your heart in this life so you can finally learn how to love yourself. According to Dolores Cannon, these souls love us so deeply. They agree to play the villain in our story, just to help us grow. It's not betrayal. It's a sacred role. Kinda like your soul's personal trainer. But instead of yelling, one more rep, they yell, here's another emotionally unavailable partner. Let me tell you about my friend, Maya. She was stuck in the same relationship loop for years. Same drama, different names, different birthdays. Finally, after a brutal breakup, she did a past life regression session. What came up? That exact person had been her partner in multiple lifetimes. Each time, they broke her heart. Each time, she became stronger, more independent, more aligned with her true self. It was a cosmic wake-up call. Now she says, I don't hate him. I thank him. He kept his soul promise to shake me awake. See, when you look at life through the lens of soul contracts, the whole story shifts. You're not a victim. You're a co-creator. This isn't about blaming yourself for every bad thing. It's about reclaiming your power. Instead of, why is this happening to me? You ask, why is this happening for me? Because maybe that betrayal was your cue to learn self-worth. Maybe that rejection was a divine redirection. You didn't come here to live a Pinterest perfect life. You came here to wake up. But wait, why don't we remember any of this? Ah, yes, the million-dollar question. If I signed up for all this, why can't I remember any of it? Where's the cosmic receipt? Well, imagine trying to play a video game where you already know every cheat code. Boring, right? You agreed to forget, so the lessons could feel real and the growth could be earned. Your higher self is like, don't worry, boo, I got the map. Just follow the breadcrumbs. And speaking of breadcrumbs, let's talk about the magical, mind-blowing world of synchronicities. But we'll explore that in Chapter 2. But hey, before that, let me take a quick moment to say thank you. Your curiosity, your presence, it means everything. We're not just learning here, we're remembering together. So tell me in the comments, what's one relationship that changed you forever? Could it have been part of your soul contract? Let's decode this together. Chapter 2. The Breadcrumb Trail from the Universe. Synchronicities, Signs, and those WTF moments that are actually soul reminders. Have you ever thought about someone and they text you out of nowhere? Or kept seeing the same number, 111, 444, 777, like the universe was trying to slide into your DMs? What if I told you those weren't just coincidences? They were clues, soul breadcrumbs, tiny nudges from your higher self saying, yo, you're on the right track. We're about to decode how the universe actually talks to you and how recognizing these signs can reconnect you with your forgotten soul contract and life's purpose. So if you've ever said, okay, this is getting weird out loud to the sky, congrats, you're probably aligned. Let's unpack it. But first, what is synchronicity? Carl Jung, the therapist who low-key went full mystic, coined the term synchronicity to describe meaningful coincidences that have no logical connection, but feel crazy significant, like bumping into a childhood friend the exact moment you're questioning your past. Or seeing a quote on a billboard that perfectly answers the question you didn't say out loud. And here's where it gets wild. Dolores Cannon says, these aren't just random moments, they're signs, little cosmic breadcrumbs. Your higher self is basically playing hide and seek. Dolores Cannon believed that your higher self, your soul's all-knowing bestie, is always trying to guide you. But since Earth is like a big old amnesia party where we forget our soul plan, our higher self has to get creative. So, it starts dropping signs, repeating numbers, random strangers saying exactly what you needed to hear, dreams that feel more like downloads. It's like your soul is whispering, hey, look over here, remember what you came here for. Let me tell you about one time this happened to me, and it was straight up spooky in a magical way. The number that wouldn't leave me alone with a cosmic plot twist. All right, picture this. I was in a rough patch, like, universe, are you ghosting me? Kinda rough. I had been jobless for a while. No callbacks, no emails, just the sound of rejection echoing in my inbox like a sad ballad. Then one day, I landed an interview. And not just any interview. This one felt right. I walked out feeling hopeful. Like, yes, this is it, my comeback chapter. And the universe? Oh, it was active. I was seeing signs everywhere. Angel numbers 222, gut feelings. Even a butterfly landed on my bag. Yes, we're going full cosmic cliche here. But then, they called and said, you're overqualified. Like, what? Overqualified? Who even says that with a straight face? I was heartbroken, disappointed. It felt like the rug got pulled out from under me again. But then, it kept happening again. Day after day, the same number. I'd glance at the clock, 2:22, open a book, page 222, check a random confirmation email, order number 222. By day 7, I was standing in my kitchen and 222 again. Like, okay, universe, you have my attention. What are you trying to say? So I looked it up. 222, trust, alignment, everything is happening exactly as it should, even if you can't see the full picture yet. But here's the thing, I didn't stop. I kept going. I kept showing up, even when I felt like a soggy tortilla of self-doubt. And then, 1 week later, that same company called me back. Not to say just kidding, but to offer me a different position, one that paid me twice the salary. I remember standing there with the phone to my ear, frozen, like, wait, what? And then it hit me. That rejection was a cosmic delay, not a denial, because what was meant for me had to be upgraded first. That number I kept seeing, 222, was never just a number. It was the universe whispering, "Hold on. Trust. I've got something better. I didn't get what I wanted right away, but I got what my soul contracted for." So, no, synchronicities aren't proof you're going crazy. They're proof your soul contract is unfolding, even when life looks like it's falling apart. Then, how do you know it's a sign and not just your imagination? Great question. Here's a trick. If it feels like a nudge, plus makes your intuition go, pay attention. Your higher self doesn't shout. It whispers. And when you start recognizing the whispers, the volume goes up. Here are a few soul signs people often miss. You hear the same message from multiple people in a short time. A book randomly falls off a shelf or lands in your lap with the exact wisdom you needed. You get a gut feeling and then see external signs confirming it, like a song lyric or dream. These aren't just fun spiritual moments. They're, "Hey, you're on track." Messages from your soul's built-in navigation system. But these signs aren't just little sparkles to make your day magical. They're part of a bigger map. They're pointing you somewhere, and that somewhere is your higher purpose. Let's zoom out for a second. Synchronicities equals breadcrumbs to your purpose. Think of synchronicities like little glitter trails leading you back to your soul contract. They pop up the most when you're about to make a big life decision. You're questioning your path. You're finally aligning with your deeper purpose. And sometimes they appear right after a huge breakdown. As if the universe is handing you a flashlight in the dark with a cheeky little grin saying, "I know that sucked, but look what's coming next." But if these signs are everywhere, why don't more people notice them? The reason: most people miss the signs. One word: noise. Mental noise. Emotional static. TikTok scroll holes. Your higher self can't reach you when your mind is a 37-tab browser crashing in slow motion. That's why Canon emphasized meditation, stillness, and tuning in. Not because it's trendy, but because it's how you pick up the frequency of your soul again. You gotta silence the drama so you can hear the guidance. How to tune in and receive more signs. Here's how you start catching more signs than red flags. Ask for signs, literally. Say, "If I'm on the right path, show me a blue butterfly," or something random enough to stand out. You'd be amazed what shows up. Write down your synchronicities. Keep a cosmic journal and notice the patterns. The more you track them, the more they come. Trust your gut. Intuition is your soul's language. If it feels significant, it probably is. You're already in communication. Here's the truth bomb. If you've ever said, "That was too weird to be random," congrats. You're already in dialogue with your soul. And once you start seeing the world this way, everything changes. That breakup, a redirection. That random job rejection, divine protection. That eerie conversation with a stranger, a message from your soul fam. So the universe is guiding you. But what about those specific people in your life that seem to trigger the heck out of you? What if I told you? You chose them. Yep. Next up, we're diving into the cosmic planning room itself. The soul Netflix writer's room where you designed this entire plot twist of a life. Stay tuned for Chapter 3, The People You Picked, Karmic Partners, Soul Fam, and the Big Rewrite. Chapter 3, The People You Picked, Karmic Partners, Soul Fam, and the Cosmic Rewrite. Have you ever met someone and instantly felt something deep? Like, "Oh no, not this soul again," or "I don't know you, but I know you." What if that connection, that tension, or that electric deja vu wasn't just emotional static? What if it was the echo of a soul contract being activated? In this final chapter, we're diving into the sacred backstage of your life, the pre-birth planning room where you picked the cast, wrote your toughest plot lines, and even left a few plot twists for yourself. This is where we remember that Earth isn't just a planet, it's a soul boot camp, and you're the brave soul who enrolled willingly. Welcome to the Soul Netflix writer's room. Imagine this. Before you were born, you're sitting in a serene celestial space. It's peaceful, infinite, pure clarity. You're surrounded by your soul guides, your soul family, and even a few souls you've had past life drama with. Yeah, them too. and someone says, "All right, what do you want to learn in this next life?" You think for a moment and say, "I want to learn forgiveness." Cool. So, who's gonna betray you? And some brave soul across the table says, "I will. I'll hurt you. But it's only because I love you that much." That's the level of sacred coordination happening in the pre-birth planning room. You're not just handed a script, you help write it. The roles people play in your soul contract. So now that you're the star of your own movie, let's talk about the supporting cast. There are 3 powerful roles souls can play in your contract. 1. Karmic partners, the emotional gladiators. These are the ones that come in hot, intense, magnetic, dramatic. They trigger old wounds. They stir something ancient. Why? Because there's unfinished business. Think of it like this. In a past life, you may have hurt them, or they hurt you. Now, you're back to heal it, balance it, or break the cycle. Imagine you were a warrior in a past life who left someone behind. In this life, they show up as your child, and now you are their protector. Your soul's lesson: devotion, unconditional love, making things right. 2. Catalyst souls, the ones who break you open so you can rebuild right. Not everyone is meant to stay. Some souls show up, shake your life like a snow globe, then peace out. They don't come to love you gently. They come to wake you up. Maybe it's the ex who left you shattered, but their leaving made you finally find your worth. Or the boss who pushed you to the edge, but sparked the courage for you to start your dream business. Catalysts aren't villains. They're mirrors. 3. Soul family, the people who just get you. They feel like home the second you meet them. There's no drama, no masks. Just a calm recognition like, oh, there you are. They're here to walk beside you, remind you who you are when you forget, and help you anchor your light. Sometimes they're your partner. Sometimes your weird friend from yoga. Sometimes your dog. Yep, Fur Soul Fam is real. Why life feels messy if we planned it. But wait, if we planned all this so carefully, why does life sometimes feel like a chaotic mess written by a drunk raccoon? Because, my friend, remembering your soul contract would be like reading the spoilers before watching your favorite movie. Would you enjoy the ride if you knew every plot twist, every heartbreak, every comeback in advance? Nope. You agreed to forget so the experience would feel real. The fear, the joy, the confusion, the breakthroughs, they only hit differently when you don't know what's coming. Earth is like the ultimate immersive experience. You feel everything, but behind the scenes, your soul is calmly sipping tea, saying, "Ah, yes, excellent scene development." So, can you rewrite your soul contract? Short answer, yes. Long answer, oh, yeah, and here's how. Dolores Cannon explained that soul contracts aren't rigid documents carved in galactic stone. They're more like choose-your-own-adventure blueprints. You picked some key events and lessons, but how you move through them, that's where free will steps in. Your soul might say, let's learn self-worth, but you get to choose. Do you learn it through heartbreak or healing? And here's the kicker. As you grow spiritually, you can renegotiate. You can say, I've learned that lesson, what's next? And your life starts to shift. Growth cancels old contracts. Let's say you were meant to struggle with scarcity in this life, but you wake up, do the inner work, and choose abundance. That contract doesn't expire. It evolves. Because you did your homework early, now you get a bonus class called Thriving 101. So what does this all mean? It means you are not a victim of your story. You are the co-writer, the main character, and the editor-in-chief of your soul journey. Every person you meet, every sign you receive, every heartbreak, miracle, or moment of stillness, it all matters. Imagine this. Before you were born, you stood in a sacred circle of light. You looked at the souls around you, some you've known for lifetimes, and you said, let's do this one more time. Let's help each other grow. Let's trigger, teach, uplift, and awaken. If I forget who I am, remind me. If I fall, hold space for me until I rise again. And every soul in that circle looked you in the eye and replied, "We promise. We'll find you when the time is right. We'll meet you exactly where you are, and we'll walk you home." Because that's what soul contracts really are. Not punishments, not coincidences, but promises made in love, remembered through experience. So, my friends, keep asking the big questions. Keep following the signs. And most of all, keep showing up as the brilliant soul you were always meant to be. You are not random. You are written in stardust. Your life is not a mistake. It's a masterpiece in motion. And you, my friend, you are the answer you've been waiting for. And listen, thank you again for taking this journey with me. If this video spoke to your soul, the next one might just blow your mind. Until next time, stay radiant, stay curious, and stay absolutely awesome.